So we have the great good fortune and pleasure today of having Dr. Neal Barnard. I have learned so much from him over the years. I have admired his tenacity and his eagerness to speed a transition from sick care to healthful caring using plant-based, low on the food chain nutrition. This is a paradigm shift for the better. And now, Dr. Barnard, I would like you to explain what is this shift and why should we make it?
Well, first of all, it's terrific to be with you today. Thank you so much for all you do to get the word out, and thank you for allowing me to spend a little bit of time with you today. We need a shift in a nutshell. More and more people are dealing with weight that they don't want to have, and it's not an easy matter to necessarily shed it. And sometimes the treatments that we go toward don't really get us where we need to be, and sometimes they have less than positive consequences. I'm speaking of a typical reaction. I've got 15, 20, 50 pounds I want to lose. And so the natural reaction is to stop eating or to have very small portion sizes. And so the whole idea is, well, what I'm eating is okay. I'm just having too much of it. And the problem with that approach is that we end up being hungry. And by Wednesday, you're ready to eat the sofa. And pretty soon we're going to regain the weight that we've lost. And that's going to leave us discouraged. Or another approach that's popular nowadays is to avoid carbohydrate. And so that means you don't eat an apple or an orange or a banana or any other fruit. And you're avoiding grains and you're avoiding beans and you're avoiding sweet potatoes. And you're frankly losing out not only on foods that people enjoy, but some of the healthiest parts of our diet. So that's not so hot either. But our research team found a number of years ago that if we stop focusing on how much we're eating and focus instead on the types of foods, particularly fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, and the foods that they turn into, weight loss is not only easy, but you're doing it without counting calories, without even exercise if you don't want to or can't. Now, don't get me wrong. I love exercise. I think everyone should do it. But occasionally, it's really not in the cards for somebody. And a focus on healthy foods will work whether people exercise or not. So that's the whole idea, is that the type of food matters. With this new book, The Power Foods Diet, what we've discovered is that there are certain specific foods that should be emphasized based on research showing that some foods tame our appetite. And there are foods that increase our metabolism and some other great effects too. So the whole idea is bring in those foods. Don't avoid them, bring them in and let them do the weight loss work for you. And that makes weight loss easy.
We recommend a wide variety of whole, low on the food chain foods in a wide variety of ways. We have suggestions for weekly curries and chilies, and one day a week have fungi and sea vegetables. One day a week follow a liquid nutrient diet to rest your digestion. I happen to find that if I eat my calories between noon and 6 p.m., I'm better in metabolic tune. My microbiome is happier. Not everyone is that correct for. Some people need to eat more or less mono diets every few hours. You need to find the way for you to optimize your metabolism. And I believe you are guiding us and showing us a practical way to achieve better health.
Well, thank you. It's also I have to say a really fun way to do it. For example, Harvard researchers found back in 2015 that certain foods would cause people to lose weight. Now, I know this, people have talked about this for years, and frankly, the science was a little bit like voodoo out there, to tell you the truth, eat this food and lose weight. But what Harvard did was it really brought us to the modern era. They tracked more than 100,000 people. And they noticed that the more they ate of certain specific foods, the more weight they lost, which is the opposite of what you'd think. Because you'd think, if I'm going to eat more of anything, whatever it is, if I'm eating more of it, I've got to gain weight. But that's not what they found. They found if you eat more of certain foods, you're going to lose weight. And the number one food group for causing weight loss was these foods everybody knows about, but that tend to get neglected. I'm talking about blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, these anthocyanin-rich foods. Anthocyanins are the blue color in a blueberry. Those foods seem to stimulate weight loss. And 2 years, and there are many other foods that do the same, according to Harvard. But 2 years after the Harvard study results came out, researchers in the UK brought in 2,734 identical twins, or everybody was part of a twin pair. And they brought in all these twin pairs, 2,734 women in all. Everyone got a DEXA scan, which shows you your body composition. And what they discovered is that within each pair, the twin consuming the most anthocyanin-rich foods, that's blueberries, strawberries, pears. A pear has that sort of reddish blush on the pear. That's anthocyanins as well. The twin who ate the most of these anthocyanin-rich foods had less overall body fat, but specifically 9% less abdominal fat compared with her genetically identical twin sister. So they took the genes out of it and they showed these patterns. So what we're looking for is consistency of evidence. And we've got it for the whole berry group. We have it for things like cinnamon or ginger or capsaicins and hot peppers. And so our job is just let's eat these foods. Let's have fun with them. Let's make some French toast. Put some cinnamon on my French toast. Put some blueberry syrup on the top. Don't glop it up with butter and eggs and dairy products, and you can have a healthy meal.
I suggest whole fruit compote, no added sugar. You're sweet enough as you are. You don't need extra sugar. I picked that up from Bob Lustig.
I love it.
And more to the point, the more whole you eat, the healthier you are. Fiber is your friend. It's a complex carbohydrate that feeds the microbiome and nourishes the digestive tract. And it's gotten thrown out with the bathwater of extra sugar. I don't want you to be addicted to ultra processed food. It has the wrong salt, the wrong sugar, the wrong fat. Just say no. I used to work with the packaged goods industry. I found out they could not include all these preservatives and harmful chemicals. So I think you should come back to your kitchen and enjoy cooking whole foods in a wide variety of ways, losing weight, feeling better, getting more restorative sleep. And yes, I'm a big fan of stretching too, because eat, drink, think, and do is what we encompass in an epigenetic lifestyle program, very similar to yours, very similar to yours. So what else would you like us to know about your insights that can help us live long and well?
We did a study back in 2005 where we brought in women who wanted to lose weight and we measured their metabolism. We do it by giving people a standard test meal, and then we measure oxygen consumption after the meal, carbon dioxide output, which shows us how fast they're burning calories. And your calorie burning speed slows down for a lot of people. Your metabolism is slowing. What we discovered is we could speed it back up. And the way we do that is we get what we do for maximum weight loss is we keep the animal products out. So I'm going to make you a vegan. Now that makes people a little nervous. They wonder, where are we going with this? But we hold your hand. And so for many people, it just means take your spaghetti, instead of the meat sauce, put the tomato sauce on it. It's pretty simple changes. But then we're also going to keep oily foods really low. And so it's a pretty low fat diet. But when that happens, your muscle cells, yep, the cells of your muscles, they have been accumulating a little bit of fat, and that fat starts to come out of the muscles. So your muscles can now burn calories faster, and your metabolism goes up. It's more like it was when you were 16. And so we discovered in a study, doing this for 14 weeks, the average person's after meal metabolism went up by about 15%.
Wow.
Not huge, but it's enough. And we
significant.
The American Medical Association published it in JAMA Network Open in about, I think it was 2020. So it's real, and it's the easiest way to lose weight. But the real key thing is, let's have fun with it. So I'm going to make you a Southwest chili. I'm going to make you a penne arrabbiata. I'm going to make you dessert. And I've got carrot cake and brownies, but they are not made the old-fashioned way with a lot of sugar and junk and butter and shortening and things like that. They're made in a healthy way. That makes them lighter, a little bit tastier, and very filling so that you can lose weight. But the most important thing, let me just say this really, is I want people to share. So when you learn the secret of how to lose weight, how to keep it off permanently, don't keep it to yourself. We as doctors can only see so many people. And if we'll all work together to get the word out in our own ways to our loved ones, to our social media friends, whatever it is, I think that now we can conquer this weight issue.
Amen. The Power Foods Diet by Dr. Neal Barnard. It lights a path right now in the darkness of our times. And I thank you so much for all you've done, for all you will do, and for being so clear, concise, helpful, and inspiring. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And right back at you. Thank you so much for all you do.